everyone, today's video is a school organization tips video. So it's going to be really short and to the point. I wanted to do this video now because when you're probably already in school or if you're going to start school, you're kind of looking for tips and stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I would say one of the most important things if you want to stay organized and you want to kind of keep everything on track when you're in school is having some kind of planner. I have this one. It's from Target. You can get them anywhere. You can pretty much find them even at the grocery store. So it just looks like this. Most planners are school year, so they're like from July to June. This is a monthly and weekly calendar. If you can see that. So one thing you want to make sure that your agenda is a monthly and weekly calendar. So what that means is when you go to like the month, this is for the month of July, you have an overview of the calendar like this. So it's just shows you all 30 or 31 days, however many days there are in that month, and then after that it has the weekly ones, which is where you write in your weekly assignments, readings, homeworks, and stuff like that. And what I like about planners is you can carry them with you. You can write down any notes or exchange phone numbers weekly, and you just write them down in here. So that's one way. But if you don't like the idea of a planner because you don't really want one, another idea is one of these desk calendars. This is if you have a big enough desk. So they're just these really big desk calendars. And what I like about these better than planners is you can just write when important things are due, like papers, exam, when you have practice, anything like that, and it's right at your desk so you can actually see it without having to dig out your planner. Planners are more if you want to write down assignments to do like readings and homeworks, and this is more for having everything at a glance without having to flip through papers. So I have both of them just because I like being reminded of stuff. So either a planner or one of these really big calendars works. It's just really all about preference. So I kind of prefer both of them. So I have both of them. Not everyone does. So you have a smartphone, you can just use your the calendar on your phone. Just write assignments on there and use the notes section of your phone to write down assignments for the week, so you can do that as well. So another tip to be organized is to use highlighters. What I use is I use a different highlighter for different things. I use the yellow to define words or words that I need to define, or vocabulary, anything like that is always in yellow. And then the pink one I always use as important material. After your first exam, you kind of find out what material professors deem important, so you definitely want to have that. Anything that professors write on the board is usually super important. If they didn't include it in their notes and it's on the board and they took time to explain it, I highlighted in pink. And then orange is for reading, for highlighting the textbooks. So kind of have a system like that will make your life a lot easier than just having everything in one color. So next things are notebooks. You can get one of these kind of single subject notebooks anywhere, and if you like carrying a bunch of notebooks, this is great. I used to use these a lot more in high school when not every class needed a notebook. I would just use these for the classes that did need a notebook. But now that I'm in college, I use these multi-subject notebooks. I have the 5-star ones. You can find any ones. And because this semester I only have 4 classes, 3 classes are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and 1 class on Monday, I have the 3-subject one. What's great about these is that they come with little folders, so you don't actually have to buy a separate folder for it. You kind of just stuff everything in there. And if you don't like using notebooks, I would suggest buying different color pens, like these. These are the Sharpie pens. Just find different colored pens and assign a color to each class so you know which notes are for which class, just so you don't get all your notes jumbled up if you don't use notebooks. Next thing is a binder. Make sure your binder has dividers. Actually, I left my binder downstairs, but just make sure your binder has dividers. And if you're in college, have a binder for your Monday, Wednesday classes, or however you divide your classes. I have classes Monday through Thursday, so I have a binder for Monday, Wednesday, and then a binder for Tuesday, Thursday, so I don't kind of have to carry more stuff than I have to carry. So just keep that in mind. And also flashcards are really important. If you make flashcards of vocabulary, not just vocabulary, but of important topics you have to remember, that will save your life a lot, especially when exams come around. And then one last tip is to have your desk always clear of random papers. Make sure your desk is clean because you don't want to lose papers and you want to have everything organized. Folders are great if you want to put in returned work because professors sometimes make mistakes and they will put zeros in for assignments you turned in, and if you get them back and you lose them, you can't really say, oh well, I did do it. So you just want to save all returned work. And yeah, so those are pretty much my organization tips for school. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it isn't too long and I hope it's kind of informative. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it and I will see you on the next one. Bye everyone.